So this is actually me now. So this is me now. I was watching my videos and I couldn't help but marvel, like, how did I get to this point? After what happened to me, how did I get here? How did I get here? Like, so I can still tell people about God. I can still be confident in this life again. How did this happen? Now, you know, when bad things happen to people and all you have is advice to give, encouragement to give, you know, you're the church member carrying baskets. That has always been me. I'm the church member that carries a basket of food and fruits to another person to encourage. Oh, God understands. God knows the best. Everything happens for a reason. That was me. You send a message, you craft a message. God understands. Just move on. That was me until it happened to me. Until 2021. Now, anybody that watches my channel, you probably know that I talk about my mother in a kind of manner. My mother is the closest person ever to me. My mother is the person, like, I would say, if God doesn't forgive me, once my mother forgives me, I'm fine. God, if God doesn't want to forgive me, that's fine. That was the kind of relationship I had with my mom. My mom knew everything. I could tell her everything. We were close. If, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and it wasn't just me. She was close to my brothers as well. But I was the only daughter, and I was like her friend, her best friend. I told her everything. She told me everything. And one thing I didn't emphasize a lot. Now I want to give a little context to her story so that you understand what I mean. My mother is a pastor. She's a woman of God. I think she was ordained 2007. She has been pastoring. Then she does not fall ill. My mother does not take ill. I've never seen her say, maybe she's tired. Let's say she goes grocery shopping and she comes back and she's tired. Yeah, I've seen that. But have I seen my mom sick, lying down sick? I've never seen it. I've never seen my mom sick. So, well, I accredited it to the power of God, and also I there's this saying in our family. In my family, we normally say that we don't fall sick in this house. We don't fall sick. We just don't fall ill in this house. And 2021 was the year. Well, I don't want to change my confession. I'll still keep keep up that confession. But now let me explain another part of the story. I'm not sure I've introduced myself properly in this channel. I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring since 2020. I was called into ministry. I've been in ministry long in my dad's church and all that, but to fully pastor an entire congregation, a church, that was in 2020. And I had this culture of daily evangelism, morning and evening evangelism in Abuja, where I was pastoring. And I had a group of people that I did that evangelism with. And guess what? We were on morning outreach one day. And when we were done, I came back. Was it around, let's say around 11? I got a call from my other brother. And my brother said, isn't it? Something happened at home. Call home. Okay, I think it was a chat. He just said something happened at home. Call home. I was like, something happened. I've never gotten such emergency call. That's my honest prayer for you that is watching me. May you not get an emergency kind of call it's possible. It's possible to live years without having such calls. I've never had such a call. May you live your life not conscious of things can go wrong. may your saving of money not even be to to the end that things can go wrong and that you need to stock up money. Maybe for good reasons. This is actually a prayer I'm making for you. But back to my story. So when um, I called home and then my dad told me that my mom she laid down since and she wasn't waking up. Okay, that was strange. Why would my mother lay down and not wake up? Now I know that there were things going on at home then. Her brother was sick and it was causing her worries. I know I would check on her to know where the matter was and all that. So then I started praying. I started praying. Nothing will happen to my mom. That was the confession. I was praying. Nothing will happen to my mom. I was praying, I was crying. I was praying, I was crying. I called 30 minutes later, an hour later. I kept on keeping tab for the entire day. My mom did not wake up. The next day, my mom did not wake up. No, mind you, she was not dead. She was breathing. Her eyes were closed, but she was just not eating, not opening her mouth, and all that. So they had rushed her to the hospital, and then the doctor identified and said it was a stroke. Now, yeah, were we slow? Kind of, yeah. I think it was 5 hours before they understood that it was a problem. Remember, I told you we don't fall sick, right? So we did not have the concept of it's an emergency. Go to the hospital fast. So and then 2 days, 3 days. I'm talking from my end now. I knew that I had to go home. So I left the place where I was in ministry, but luckily enough, we have a church. My church is a kind where we had pastors assisting, and so the church was not affected. And then I had to go home. I was the only daughter, like I said, so I had to go home and take care of my mom. I had to go home to be there for her. One, I just didn't have the mind to stay away from her when she was sick. I just didn't have. I, 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 I would like. I don't have the capacity to know that this is a woman that she's not sickly. Mom is not sickly. My mom has never been sickly. My mom is very independent. She doesn't depend on. She does. My mom likes to do things herself. So seeing her that state. Okay, so let's just say that I went home and but it was supposed to be a few weeks travel. Few days turned into few weeks. My weeks turned into months and ran into 9 months. My mom was in coma for 9 months. From then till April 2022, it was 2 days after my birthday. Mind you, I couldn't go back to work. I stayed back home and I was lucky enough to have some remote job come once in a while. And then on April 24th, 2 days after my birthday, months after praying, months of prayers. Mind you, like my dad is a pastor, and not just that he's a pastor. I would say that I come from a family of pastors. I can count 5 pastors, maybe nuclear extended, my dad's family and all that. And then you already know that if my dad is a pastor, he has a team of pastors. And they have friends that are pastors and they're coming from churches where there are many pastors. So we prayed. What I'm referring to it is we prayed, we confessed the word, we believed God. We're in the hospital. We We prayed so much that people were asking, who are these people coming to pray? Who is this woman that is sick? We believed God. We believed God. And after everything, we cried. Nights of crying, nights of trusting God, studying the word, saying, God, we know you would do it. She passed. She passed. The woman of God died. The confidence that I have to preach the word, to still talk about God now, I will still say that He's the one that gave me the confidence to move on. I'll still say that He's the one. He's the one. When I went back to Abuja, I just didn't want to have anything to do with God. I just didn't want to have anything to do with God. And it was funny and painful that it was my pastor that insisted that I come back so that I will learn the word again. He started teaching me the word, and then my mind was contradicting everything. My mind was against everything. When pastor says God loves you, I'm like, He does not. When pastor says God, I'll say there's no God. Everything out. My mind was, I was, I was not having it. I was not having it. This happened, and you know that how externally, when you see me, I was fine, right? And then the encouragers that will come and tell me things like, it's better she passed instead of you suffering. Did I say I'm tired of caring for my mom? Did I say that I couldn't care for her? Did I say I was frustrated? I wanted her alive in whatever form. In whatever form, I wanted her here. All the stories, all the promises, all the future, all the dreams, everything. All the relationship advice, everything, all the how will you dance on your wedding? How is it going to be? My child, my mom doesn't know my child. She doesn't know my child. She doesn't know my child. She doesn't. She never met my husband. They just spoke on the phone like twice. So it took me a while. I couldn't laugh then. I couldn't laugh. I hated God. I didn't want anything to do with the church. I didn't want to hear of it. But here am I, me, still preaching the word. Me, still going for evangelism. Me. I just wanted this video to be a record of my experience and to encourage you. I don't know your experience. I can't explain, but I wanted to leave God. Anything that had to do with God. I was disappointed. Nobody can really understand. Except it happens to you. Everybody was quick to advise. Give me message, send me text, God give it and take it and all that. I know. We prayed. She's a woman of God, she's a pastor. I can't be saying why me. I can't. She has died. Everybody said I should stop mourning. We don't mourn. I know all those verses. But those that leave the church, I know your reason. I know the reason. If it's similar to mine, if it's similar to this. I know the reason. I felt it, I've been there, but God helped me. This video is becoming longer than I thought. God helped me. And today, if you see me preaching, you think this girl just have her life together. You think I have my life together. I don't. I don't. I'm a product of hearing the word, forgiveness, courage, and probably prayers, mostly prayers as well. Prayer works. So don't be discouraged. I'll make a follow-up video to explain why I think how I think God restored me back, and how God can restore you back despite your pain. There were many flashbacks, many flashbacks. The flashbacks were another era, another episode that I had to deal with. When my mom was in coma for those 9 long months, she would fall sometimes. I don't know how. She would leave her bed because within her water bed was not large. Her water bed was just straight, and then I don't know how she would roll over and then she would fall. And whenever I saw her, like, gave me jitters, gave me like panic. Is my mother dead? Is my mother dead? And then after she passed, I kept on seeing that. I kept on seeing it. I kept on seeing it. I kept on seeing it. 9 months of prayers. There was no day we didn't pray. The day we did 24 hours non-stop praying. We were talking 24 hours. There was a day we went on 3 days prayers. We prayed. I don't know what went wrong, though I've inquired, I've asked, and I think maybe by and by I understood things, but I'll share more. But I have to cut this video now. So thanks for watching, and I'll share more. I can't leave this open. I don't even know that I can post this video right now. See you in my next video. Bye.